What's going on, YouTube? It's been quite a while. The last time I spoke, it's kind of difficult for me to even look at it because I am so thin. The video talked about Adderall and Wellbutrin put together and how it seemed to have been working. That was a while ago, that's a couple years ago. I wanted to give you an update in case anyone is new and has just watched my recent video, and if that might sway them to make that decision and that combination, I wanted them to be able to see the aftermath. So I am, 3-4 years, I think, from that first video of taking Adderall and Wellbutrin put together. And in all honesty, it didn't work. It did not last like I thought it would. The problems that I faced was instability. There was one day where I'm calm and happy and energetic, and the other day where I'm angry and energetic. It wasn't very stable. And when you're married, when you're in a relationship, especially when you have children, you need to be stable. It's very important that you be stable in your relationships. And I wasn't. I think one of the largest problems that I faced that I can put into words is when I was on Adderall and Wellbutrin. The problem that I face is you always want to do something, right? You have the energy, your mind is made up. Whatever it is you're looking at or thinking about at that time, your brain goes in depth and you decide on a project you want to do or something you want to learn. And if it's something you want to do that you're not readily able to do, you will get frustrated and angry, and it doesn't matter what your environment is like. It doesn't matter who's talking to you. It will show. You will be upset, you'll be angry and quiet or loud. You might snap. In my situation, I snapped a lot. And I don't really yell or break stuff or stuff like that like my father did when I was young, but I do snap. I get irritated, and you could definitely see it and hear it on my face and in my voice. And I also notice that when you're not eating, you don't notice that you're not eating. Even if somebody's like, hey, your favorite food, let's say, is Chinese food, and they're like, hey, we're gonna go get Chinese food, what do you want? You're like, I don't want anything. Especially when you want to do something, then you really don't want anything, because all you want to do is whatever it is you wanted to do, whatever project you wanted to pursue. So now they're saying, hey, pump the brakes on what you want to do, even though you're on a one-way train of Adderall and Wellbutrin. Stop the brakes and let's go do this. Let's go eat over here. You're not gonna want to stop. And that's a huge problem. I took my vitamins, I went for walks, I tried to be healthy, I tried to drink lots of water, and symptoms still overcame. I was still frustrated, I was still angry. There were times when I didn't want to do anything, times when I wanted to do everything. So I stopped ultimately, and I got onto Vyvanse. And oh my God, it is a game changer. Why? So Adderall is like a train. When you take Adderall and it's meant for you, you're focused. And it's a very strange feeling, because if you have ADHD like I do, you're never focused. It's like static in the brain at all times. So my wife always asks me, what are you thinking about right now? And I'll go, shh, because that's what goes on in my head. Not that I'm telling her to hush, but it's like, it's static. That's what I hear all day long. It's just so many thoughts going at the same time that it's all mumbled together, and I can't focus. Like I overheat. So when I was on Adderall, I was a one-way train. On Vyvanse, it's like being in a car, a fast car going one way, but your destination is fairly clear, but you also have options. So a car, unlike a train, has much easier and readily available brakes. You can hit the brakes and your car stops. If you're an average train, you can't do that. If someone jumps in front of you, you're not gonna stop, you're gonna go right over it. So on Vyvanse, I can stop. If someone says, hey, let's go do this, it still can frustrate me a little bit, but nowhere near as bad as it was on Adderall. I can actually stop what I wanted to do and go do something else. In my mind, I will say, okay, I'm doing this right now, and I'm spending 30-40 minutes of my time on it. And then I go, you know, it's the weekend, I have to go back to work, I want to spend time with my kids, and my kids want to spend time with me, my wife wants to spend time with me. I know if I don't, the consequence of me doing my own thing will not be good, because I will hear it from my wife. So I can think of that. You know, it's not one-track mind. I'm able to think of the consequences of something else and stop what I wanted to do and go over there and do what they wanted me to do. So it's nice. It's much more subtle. My heartbeat does not pound like it used to. It used to pound so hard that at multiple times throughout the day I would have these palpitations where you could just feel it, you know, feel the heart skip, and it like takes your breath away, and it's very, very concerning. But I don't have that on Vyvanse. I am currently taking 40 milligrams of Vyvanse, and what is this, 300 milligrams of Wellbutrin. So my Vyvanse is right here. You can see the pills are this blue and white, and that is 40 milligrams. It's very constant, and it's not just being able to stop. Another benefit is the fact that it's constant, it's stable. One day I'm not tired and exhausted, and the next day I'm energetic and happy. It's like a wave, it's like a roller coaster. Even the average person can be like a roller coaster. It's just kind of normal. It's emotions change. On Adderall, it's like the world's worst roller coaster. You could be so happy and then so pissed and then so I don't want to do anything and I'm gonna do everything I possibly can. It's different on Vyvanse and Wellbutrin, and I can't tell you if it's just Vyvanse alone because I take both, and I take them exactly how I'm told to take them. It's the same every day. Every day I have the exact same amount of energy. Every day I have the exact same amount of motivation. Every day I have the exact same emotion, like emotional stability. There's nothing my wife won't be surprised by. You know, there's no behavior that she's like, where's this coming from? You know, and man, I used to hate that look she would give me on Adderall. Like she was afraid, like she was scared, oh God, the whole day is gonna be ruined because he's mad or he's upset. And there's like no physical violence in my relationship, so she's not afraid for those reasons. I want to clarify that. But I was petty, and I'd be angry and frustrated, but I didn't want my wife to have reasons to want to just walk away from me, as well as my kids. I don't want to give them reasons to walk away from me. Vyvanse is very stable, it's very comforting. The only drawbacks are my energy is nowhere near what it was on Adderall. If you go back to my last video where I look like a toothpick, I had so much energy, but you can't see it because when you have ADHD, your energy is in here. It's not so much your outward appearance. You're not gonna go run 10 miles. That's not the type of energy an ADHD person has most of the time when they get older. You're obviously a child and you have a ton of energy, and then you also have mental energy, and your body and your mind can sync and you go and just go crazy. When you're older, you lose a lot of energy. It's kind of natural. It's just kind of what happens, I guess. And your mind is still full of energy. It's still constantly going, but your body can't keep up. So in this situation, I'm mellow. I might be talking pretty fast, but if I face the camera that way, my job is right there. But there's really nothing going on. So I thought I'd make this video because if I don't, I never will. So I've been on this combination for much longer. The Adderall and the Wellbutrin, I was on for a couple of months, on and off for about a year, even after I had the stomach ache and the problems that I showed in my second video, which I think I took down because of massive amounts of embarrassment in my personality. Yeah, self-confidence is low. I'm a millennial, you know, we have no self-confidence. But I was different, and now it's better. The last video, I was on it for a few months. This time, I'm telling you about something that I've been on for years, for 2 years at least. And it's good. It's the same. There has been no changes. If I don't take it, I can wake up the next day feeling okay, I feel fine. I can go throughout the whole day feeling okay, I feel fine. The second day you don't take your medication, if you're anything like me, you will be dead tired. You won't be able to move. Like, if you're single, I am so very sorry for you, because the only way I'm able to survive in the morning on my second day without medication, just because I forgot, is by just mumbling to my wife, get me my medicine. Because if I don't, I'll be out. But I recommend you stay on it. I recommend you drink lots of water. I recommend you take your vitamins, go for walks. A little bonus, if you're anything like me and you've tried to find a way to maximize the potency of medication, not for euphoric reasons, because obviously I don't promote euphoria, but if you want to maximize the potency of your medication, be active. That is number one. And it won't work unless you also drink water, because you need water in your blood. It helps blood flow, I guess. This is my assumption. When you take the medication, Vyvanse, it is only activated once you finish digesting it. And after you digest it, it goes into your bloodstream, and that's how it works from there. If you're sitting on your butt and you're not doing anything, you won't feel anything. It's very possible that you can go full 8 hours if you're playing games or watching TV and not do a damn thing. But the moment you get up and you start doing something slightly strenuous, like go for a walk or, clean up the house or something like that, your blood will start pumping and you'll feel it. And when I say feel it, I mean the whole heavy eyes and tired and just want to go crawl into bed and fall asleep, that disappears, it's gone. Now you're just like, what else can I do? I want to go do something else. And you feel awake. And if feeling awake is euphoria, then okay, fine, I guess I feel euphoria, but I don't think that's euphoria. I'm not a hermit where I have not done something that causes euphoria. So I know what true euphoria feels like, and I don't feel that on medication. I'm able to fully act. I'm able to respond and do my job, go to work and do a good job, go home and be a good dad, go home and be a good husband. I am constant. So if I have any recommendation to you, it would be to ask your doctor, your psychologist, psychiatrist. Psychologists will determine whether or not you actually need medication. A lot of the times it's just something you're going through, and I understand that if you are wanting medication because you want a quick fix, you're tired of the way you are, and I fully understand being tired of the way you are. I fully understand the feeling of being a downer if you're in a group of people, or just causing people to have a bad day because you just don't want to join in or whatever it is. I get that. And I get medication might seem like a holy grail for you to become normal, but sometimes, and a good psychologist can determine this, it's just something you're going through and you need to talk about it. You need to talk it out. You need to change some practices, and medication might not be the answer for you. And lying so that you get the medication can be very harmful on you. At first, you might not be able to notice it's harmful on you, but it will take its toll. This is not a gentle medication. Not even Vyvanse is a gentle medication. It's a controlled substance for a reason. It is powerful, and if you don't need it, it's going to take a toll. It really will take a toll on you. So ask them if you can, ask them what they think about doing the combination of Wellbutrin and Vyvanse. People ask me, how did I get this combination? Like, it's insane, your doctor would prescribe that to you. The way I get my prescription medications, and the way that I used to get more of a higher dosage, is by being 100% overbearingly detailed honest about whatever it is you're going through. Because a liar will say, I can't focus, and it's very difficult for me, and that's kind of about it. They kind of stop right there, which is showing the doctor you have very little, this has very little effect on you. The problems that you're facing, it doesn't seem like you're emotionally attached to the fact that you can't focus. But when you go off and you talk for 7 minutes straight about all the problems that lack of focus is causing you, when you talk about, all the things that you're missing out on and what you want your life to be like and how it's not like that, then it's like they open their eyes and they're like, I see this kid is genuine. He's serious. And I don't have to be afraid of getting caught in a lie or anything like that, because I'm being dead honest. This is what I'm facing. This is what I think it might be caused from. This is what I've been researching for myself. This is what I would want to happen. This is what I'm so tired of. You know, tell them everything. When they asked me on my first prescriptions, you know, oh, how are you feeling now? If it wasn't enough, which you will know if it's not enough, just by your personality, you won't hit that feeling where you're like, this is where I feel like I need to be. And I'm not talking about euphoric. I mean, this is how I feel like I should have been from the beginning. So when I'm not on the correct dosage, I would tell my doctors exactly what I'm feeling. And they will see for themselves that he either needs more or let's try something else. Never be defensive. A doctor has to do their due diligence if they think you're abusing it. Don't abuse it. Doctors will know. If they ask you for a drug test, don't fight it. Don't ask why. Don't get defensive. Just do it. If you have nothing to hide, just do it. That'll show the doctors you have nothing to hide, and they will be much more open with you and much more willing to get you where you need to be, rather than having this constant doubt that, you know, I'm wondering if this person really needs this or not. But I mean, they're still my patient. But then, you know, you don't want that. You don't want your doctors to doubt you. Be 100% honest. I have a few trucks coming in, so I have to get back to work. Wellbutrin and Vyvanse has been a game changer for me. It's very constant. I don't have any stomach pains. I don't get too angry or hangry. I'm able to know, that's a tricky one. I'm able to know when I'm hungry, as in I can kind of feel it, but the appetite is still 100% gone. It's like a battle for my wife to make me eat food, or to, when she asks me what I want to eat, I will constantly be like, just choose it for me. Once you put it in front of me, I'll eat it. I won't want to, but it's there, so I'm gonna eat it. Like the average person, there's food there, so I'm gonna go eat it. And then as soon as you take a bite, your appetite will come flooding back in real quick. But the appetite thing, just like Adderall, is kind of the same deal. Anyways, guys, it's been several years, and I don't know when I'll make another video again. I appreciate all of your comments. If you have any questions, comment. If you have any criticism, go for it. You know, I don't get too defensive. I know what I feel and I know what I don't. I know what I suffer from and I know what I don't. And I had one person tell me once, a couple of years back in the first video, that this will ruin me. And he was talking about Adderall, and he was talking about Wellbutrin, calling Adderall speed. Do your chemistry, you know, figure out the chemistry of it. I think I said last time, maybe I didn't, but H2O, you know, the chemicals H2O and H2O2, just one extra part of oxygen is the difference between water and hydrogen peroxide. 100% hydrogen peroxide, which will kill you if you drink it, not this stuff you buy at the store that's like 5% or 1%. So just because chemicals look the same doesn't mean they are. Speed or methamphetamine versus amphetamine is not the same thing. So do your due diligence and do some research on this before you go commenting to people that they're a bunch of drug addicts. We're already not feeling good. You know, we're already not happy with ourselves. We already have low self-esteem. So if that's you and misery loves company, don't bring us down with you, because we're already at that level and we don't need it. So please be easy on the criticisms, be gentle, be kind and courteous, and always want to help one another, because you never know when you're the one that's going to be needing help. And if nobody helps you and all your life you've done nothing but bash other people, then it's no one's fault but your own. So love you guys, take care, and I hope to talk to you very soon. Later.